Yeah. I'm back. I'm back. Yeah. Love. Crazy 8th the great nerdcore rap guy. Got into a dual fate and I just pulled a trap card. Third-rate rappers with a fourth-rate catalog. Destined for the shadow realm. Y'all should never act hard. Flow is so insidious that I need an apprentice type. Master with the force. Peep the context in my sentence, right? Phantom like the Sith is. Just don't ask me what my pen is like. They know that I'm the menace. Who you kidding? Bitch, I'm Dennis Knight. Sweet to drive, hide-headed rhymes are surely cold. Tested, you can never twist my metal like the jury goes. I ain't never mad when I push it to the max. I got Chris riding with me, bout to turn this bitch to Fury Road. Since animated, I'm the one the crew congratulated. When this will provide protective cover like it's laminated. Damn, I made this 16 like a guillotine. It's fascinating. If you think that you're ahead, you get decapitated. All that aside, I ain't merely here to rap words. I'm here to tell you who representing for the black nerds. And to remind you, neither one of these are bad words. Biggest living mirrors, they just choose to see it backwards. Who be the leaders of discussion when a topic trends? Dissections got the culture under microscopic lens. Who got the type that you can miss it from the start and make you feel like an expert on the subject by the time it ends? Check the stat, Louis, viewership is mad nice. All these other shows don't seem to cut it, that's a bad slice. Off the books with unscripted drills you can't write. No vampires, but these interviews on Anne Rice. Yeah, this is the best part. Rhymes on Mandalorian, Independence made a best score. Starting a war with these stars, you won't get far. This is the way you play a game of life or Death Star. So far removed from the drama, we don't know this harm, but won't hesitate to shed a light like a Patronus charm. With mischief managed, troubles at a disadvantage. Must be something in the water, dip your toe because you know it's warm. Where can you find another show with such a fine cast? And if you try to box them in, they playing Minecraft. And basically to sum it up like you define math, this crew's the best and it figures like a line graph. A merry band like the words I do. Level-headed, you don't have to have absurd IQs. They know you can relate because they're nerds like you. With their help, you'll see the world from a blur's eye view. Yeah. You are now tuned in to Blur's Eye View. And without further ado, we out. Yeah.
Blur's Eye View is a proud affiliate of Otaku Noir. Use the code Blur's Eye View for 10% off on all items. With a different nerd-themed box filled with items made by talented blurs across the country, you surely will not be disappointed. Go to otakunoir.com. Otaku Noir, the #1 blurred mystery. Hey everybody, thank you for tuning in. It's Blur's Eye View. It's your host and man on the wall, Chris Fury. Thank you for watching and thank you for the returning viewers and for new viewers as well. Be sure to pass that along to the other people. Be sure to tell them we are live Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and Twitch. You can also catch us on APR TV. That's always press record through your Roku devices or your Amazon Fire Sticks. What's going on, good people? What's happening, Mal? We already got the people coming into the building. Christy's in the building early. What's happening, Christy? All Nerd Entertainment is in the building as well. Bama, as usual. What's happening? So let's kind of get this party started because we weren't supposed to do a show tonight, and plans changed. And I said, well, who's want to jump on tonight? Because quite a bit's been happening, and the majority of the crew was like, hey, we're good. Come on, let's do it. So bringing it in from the rear, pause, is the shipwright, Black Spartan. What's going on?
Usually it's Mayhem's job to make me shake my head. Ooh, how's it going, everybody? We survived April Fools. Only 5 more hours to go. 4 more hours, depending on the Eastern side.
Yeah.
But how's everybody doing?
You know what? I want to know, we don't do politics here, but we do speak truth. But I do want to shout out Cory Booker, yes. Senator Cory Booker right now. He's broken a record for his filibuster for Strom Thurmond from 1964 over civil rights. He is currently still on the Senate floor telling it all. This is what it's about.
25 hours plus.
Yeah.
For all those who understand, he's been there for literally he's been there on the floor, on his feet for a whole doggone day and then some.
Yes.
Yes, he has. And I know it.
Since
He's still
7 p.m. Yeah, since 7 p.m. last night. This is what we say by fighting. Get up, fight, do something. Don't stand by. However, for us, we ain't protesting in the physical form.
Right.
Sit down.
I mean,
we have other ways.
I tell Cory Booker, dude, just take half a day. Half a day or something, because I don't know where you found enough space for 25 plus hours, but
25 hours of not using the restroom. Boy, oh boy. Yeah, you're right, Kathy. He's gotta have a catheter, Kristen. He got to.
I was gonna say, look, either that or depends. he came in with the pens and said, damn it all. He gonna sit there and talk his stuff.
I get spoken as someone who is a proud sponsor of Pampers.
Right. Literally 2 years running happily. I'm not saying Huggies we wouldn't mind, because one's about to potty train and one's just halfway through. So if Huggies or Pampers sees this and needs people, right? She cute. Just saying, she cute.
Our boots on the ground. Tafari TV is in the building. What's up, Tafari?
What up? What up? What up?
So
hold on,
you got the your dad is on.
He's on, and I was editing stuff for the show in the other tab, so I'm looking at y'all at a delay, but I'm still getting used to being on an actual setup now. So
the multitasker of like this whole crew.
Cory Booker is still going.
He's still going.
I mean, the lock the doors of him church sermon really must have inspired him or something.
Something like that.
And if anybody's watching it, it's like, so you can watch him for 24 hours, but you can't hear me for 5 minutes.
Man, I'm saying.
So yeah, but shout out to Cory Booker, Senator Cory Booker. Keep doing your thing. Be the example, like AOC. Be the example, like Jasmine Crockett. Be the example. What's the one brother from out of Detroit? I can't think of his name, but the brother with the afro. I don't think he's from Detroit. I can't think of his name right now.
Not the one from Tennessee, is it?
Yeah.
Pearson.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So they are. They're doing a good thing. They're doing the fight. They're keeping in the fight.
Oh, yeah.
And it's amazing because they are people that look like us. Ain't that something?
And he finally came off. So record time, 25 hours, 6 minutes, and 39 seconds. Jesus.
You know what?
Look, this man almost went for the 30. Almost. Still,
yeah.
25 hours, 6 minutes, and 39 seconds.
That's a hell of a move, man. That is
damn.
It's the bathroom thing. It's not the talking. It's the bathroom thing.
Are you allowed? Like, did he not leave the floor? Like, has he just?
He was there the whole time.
How does that even work?
Because C-SPAN is what I usually watch it on, but no, he sat there. I mean, walked back and forth, took sips of water, but the man never left the podium. He had some slight pauses. But the man never left the podium.
Didn't leave the mic. Yeah, that's commendable.
Right,
commendable. But this is what it looks like to fight. You have to do the abnormal. You have to do the unordinary, and the extraordinary, because that is. It's not. Once again, it's not the talking for 25 hours. It's the lack of leaving to go to the bathroom that I can't understand.
That's like I said. I'm telling you, that man threw on some depends. That man said, "Look, I'm not gonna be able to go to the bathroom, so you know what I'm gonna do? Just go ahead and give me some depends, and just have a nice change of clothes afterwards."
You know what? I guess he was figuring, hey, if it's good for the clown in chief, why not?
Man, because I guarantee if he held it that long, goodbye kidneys.
Yeah, there's a good chance. There's a good chance when he was done and they clapped, he was like, "Move! I got to go."
I'm like,
Right.
you have is there a water bottle underneath the podium that we don't see?
I'm thinking a half gallon Gatorade bottle.
That's a lot to take in, but no. So congratulations. Like Spartan said, he just stepped down. Record time. Doing what's necessary for the country. You know, we normally don't do politics, but these types of things are necessary and unavoidable. So congratulations on standing in the gap for the American people, and keep fighting, man. Keep fighting. So Chrissy said his back teeth was definitely floating. Oh my goodness. Oh man. So other than that, man, how has your week been so far?
Pretty good. Got a lot of personal stuff done. We got our press passes for DreamCon. Some stuff I have been storyboarding in the back is almost done. And thank you, Allied. I just got my early invite to Sinners this morning. So I'll let y'all know how that is.
And this is why I call him the man, the myth, and the legend. Because
Allied, do you not have anything in the Cleveland area? Obviously, you don't.
They're in a lot of cities. I would honestly ask.
Yeah.
I don't know where. I know they're here and in Orlando. I don't know where all they go. Yeah, one of the lessons I learned from shout out our homegirl Tasha and Roxy: find the person who handles the invites. That is your golden goose.
Yeah. So. Shout out to all those people who are out there doing the good thing, doing the good deeds and whatnot. Man, it's going on 8:20 already. Okay, well, why not? It's been a lot of news that's dropped. So here we go. First, I want to shout out Greg Elise. He is Glyph Award nominee for Best Male Character and Fan Award for Best Work. Greg is a fan of the show. He's been on the show. Here he is right now. Go for Brook City. That's the work he got on for Best Male Character. Greg's an awesome dude. He writes Isana the Were Spider. Check that out. Wherever conventions are sold, you can check out the website he's on and everything else. Follow him on IG and all that great stuff. So shout out to Greg for getting those award nominees. He's a stand-up dude. We run into him every time we at a convention. So we all tend to run in the same circles. So shout out to Greg. That man he's seen that. He moderated his first panel for the first time and then turns around and gets nominated.
Yeah. Now that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. So that was a big thing for him. I like seeing our people win. Shout out to Darby O'Morrow here in the local city of Cleveland. He's got a major deal with one of the local radio stations here. So shout out to Darby. Every time he's got like a new milestone, man, I gotta shout that dude out in some kind of fashion. But also, Ketchup Entertainment came in clutch again.
Doing the Lord's work.
We said it would happen. Wile E. Coyote will have his day in court finally. There is no actual release date, but it will be July 26th not July 26th. It will be of 2026 of next year that they will release the film. I think this might be the wake-up call for a lot of the Looney Tunes property. It looks like it because they already got if the world blew up with Porky and Daffy. So
I think this might be catch-up's A24 moment.
I think so. I really think so.
I feel like this could honestly switch up how they're moving because Again, if they're just making movies to make them tax write-offs, but the little guy can buy them, which a lot of people probably didn't know was an option, it's probably going to raise a red flag to people who investigate these type of things. Like, well, why didn't you just sell it off instead of hiring hundreds of people to do pre, post, and whatever work, and then throw it all in the trash? What's the scam here?
I mean, it's only going to come back to the fact that it's going to be paying more. It's like if you wrote, I mean, it's just like Batgirl. And I know it's a fool's hope, but catch up. You saved Looney Tunes twice. I'm just saying you can take a shot in the dark on Batgirl. But the reason why I bring that up is that they've already paid off the taxes. They've already written off Batgirl as an expense, which means sorry went to the tax code. So say for instance, Ketchup decides to turn around and actually purchase the rights to distribute Batgirl, then all they're going to wind up doing is just paying the taxes off the profits. So they still, I mean, from a business standpoint, they still win anyway. And Ketchup, comes out looking like the next thing up.
Well, if you end up making a sale, doesn't that have to be done prior to it being an official tax write-off? Because I know with Warner, once it's an official tax write-off, it's like it can't be used anymore because it's been.
It depends on how they did it. Because I asked a buddy of mine that's a CPA, and I asked about that because from the last time we had a podcast, he said under only certain conditions that if they wrote it off as an expense, but it's the caveat that they still own the property, then they understand that they still have to pay taxes on it, but the taxes will be slightly more because you're written off as a loss, but all of a sudden now it's become a gain. So they're going to wind up paying more in the long run if that's the caveat. The other side of it is if they're written off as an expense, that means that they can give it away, they can put it in distribution, it can go to a third party. But if they make any profit on it, that lands them in hot water with the IRS because now you're double dipping. See what I'm saying?
That's where I'm like, this has got to be because now if catch-up level entertainment places keep doing this, I feel like somebody up top is gonna screw the deal, and eventually it's gonna get like. It's gonna cause a ripple where like they're gonna like, all right, the tax write-off thing, we got to stop doing that. Somebody blew the whistle or ruined it for everybody, which still is a win for us because now we get to see these projects that you hyped up just to never put out. Right. Because I know there's certain shows like Symbiotic Titan. I know that win the tax write-off, and that's just been thrown on a cliffhanger, never to be seen again. And I know that's always been like those two. The words tax write-off is always a death sentence for cartoons, but if there is a loophole that can now be exploited to get it out there, and I think technically every dollar is profit for the people that bought it now.
Yeah.
Well, our very own Mayhem Media is in, and he's our movie guy, so and I know he's got some things to say about that. What's up, Mayhem?
What's going on?
We'll be watching back from sick bay and taking care of sick others and putting his foot in the chest of 11-year-olds. I'm kidding.
Man, Logan ain't gonna be able to have a date till she's 30.
No, you just gotta, be strategic. Don't pick stupid.
Say you got let Reggie go. Reggie is a kid. Will
he says they're not off limits. They're just not him specifically. Go home,
correct.
Roger. But no, we're discussing movies and Ketchup buying all the Looney Tunes stuff and getting it out of prison.
So and also he's also been running the blurredeyeview.org website for all the articles. Where you can catch Absolute Manhunter and Absolute Flash #1, both #1s, up currently right now. So go check that out. Mayhem, we'll be watching.
Yes, sir.
What is your take on what we were just discussing, like Ketchup Entertainment, not Ketchup Entertainment itself, but these types of production houses or distribution houses, grabbing some of these properties that are shelved or cast to the wayside, never to see the light of day, or whatever the case may be? Do you see like a ripple effect happening?
It depends heavily on the performance, honestly. Like, if Ketchup comes out and makes a modest profit, that's going to, one, encourage them to do it again. But these other houses that have the ability, they have the funds to grab projects such as, I don't know, Batgirl, to like snag that, throw it out there real quick, see what kind of money they can make. Because again, WB or Max or Warner, whoever they are, they're going through an identity crisis where they're just being stripped for parts.
I don't know what's happening over there.
Why did HBO Max update the other day and go through its emo phase? It went from purple to black now.
They're trying to separate themselves from the brand. So Max is trying to separate itself from HBO. So that either means that Discovery is about to sell them off, or Max is going to become its own entity again.
The wild part is, I have a friend that works there, and her work stream just got completely flipped upside down because of that one little color change.
Mm-hmm.
Like every graphic that they have has to be like just redone. Just
all because they want to do the black.
Every promo.
She said, "I
gotta redo it."
Came in this morning just thinking I was going to answer emails, and I got to change everything.
We have to unpurple everything. Justice is gray, but for the entire platform.
Jeez,
still crazy.
That's.
And I don't know how long the movie is running. I can't seem to find an updated box office number. It's been the same one since like the first weekend.
What's that for? The
day the world blew up?
Yeah, it's been at like 8 million for the last couple. So I know it's definitely made more. I think it's close to making back what they paid. But the Blu-ray is up for sale on Amazon for like $16 versus I think the $29.99. So that's not a bad.
That's a steal.
And I don't know if this is going to streaming or going to be digitally purchased anywhere. So the Blu-ray is the only way that has currently been announced to get this movie once it leaves the theater. And I don't know if that's going to be a limited release as well. So I would pick it up while you can, because that might, and it's just the Blu-ray. There's no Blu-ray plus DVD plus digital. It's just Blu-ray. And I think that is it. I think that's it once that's out.
Well, as you know, as we say here, physical media matters.
Don't believe me? I'm about to say, don't believe us. Watch what happens when all your digital media starts going bye-bye. If it's not, let's put it
this way. Everybody on this ship has said things, and things have happened, and we've been proven to be truthful. We ain't got no reason to lie.
Just saying.
And can't forget how Crunchyroll did us literally a year ago.
Crunchyroll was supposed to bring balance to the force. Now they've become the evil that they fought against the entire time.
And to Bama's point, everything that they took off Max is now on Tubi. So I got the Looney Tunes show on the background right now over there.
Reverend Navy, our very own shepherd book of the ship.
Hey! What's going on, y'all?
It's we are covering all the films that have been shelved, bought out. Some of these companies, the A24s, the Ketchup Entertainments, some of these undergrounds, the Bloom houses, which, by the way, shout out to Geek by Heart, our Grill to Horror. She actually got to see The Woman in the Yard. She said, please don't go see that alone. That is something, she said. This is like a bit of a.
If she needed a moment after she watched that movie, that tells me that I don't want to watch it.
Anytime she tells you don't go by yourself, that is a serious rating. Okay.
Yeah. And the thing is, she said it's not bad. It's actually good. It's just it's a thinker.
Yeah. It sounds like a mind. It sounds like a mind down to the rabbit hole. I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Oh my God. So there's been several films that's been dropping. This past week we had, what's today? This is day 2 of CinemaCon or 3?
Day 2. I think it's day 2.
I think it's day 2.
Yeah, because Carl has been going insane. I'm like, let me just shut him up real quick, because I'm just like,
I mean, I appreciate the news, my guy. It's just
that man's mic clocked out on him mid video. I was like, all right, that's enough of that.
The microphone went on strike. Okay.
Yeah, that's such a weird.
You gonna yell at me one more time?
That's such a weird time. I think it runs from like Sunday to like 2, like Wednesday or something like that.
Yeah, they're like the beginning of the week type of run. They're a different type of convention that I didn't even know still existed, to be honest with you.
You know why they did that, right? It keeps all of the unwanteds away. It keeps the unwanteds away. They want to know if you're serious. You'll take off for Sunday through Wednesday.
That makes sense. I can dig it.
It's a preferred class. Like we know the ones that ain't gonna show.
Mm-hmm.
You peasants, you Walmart shoppers, you're not gonna show for this.
Not the Walmart shoppers.
It runs from Monday to Thursday, meaning everybody who was there posting posters on Sunday got there early.
Huh.
So they obviously announced films like Shrek 5, Toy Story 5, Incredible. What else was it they had on that? They did some footage runs for Superman, of course, but that's not what got people talking.
Ooh.
Go ahead.
Wait, before we really dig in, I just want to say the people at Now You See Me need to go to hell. Stop hanging out with the people that do the naming conventions for the Fast and Furious franchise. They gave up their jobs a long time ago. They're just throwing darts at the wall. The fact that Now You See Me, the sequel was called Now You See Me 2. You're getting a third part called Now You See Me, Now You Don't. That should have been the sequel, and we should be done. But now you're getting part 3 is Now You See Me, Now You Don't. And you're getting a part 4 they announced. So
4? What's the point of Now You Don't? Okay, never mind.
Now You See Me, Now You Don't again.
Now You See Me, Now You Won't. There we go. There's a.
Are we gonna get to Now You See Me, the Secret Illuminati? Are we just working our way up to that title?
It's gonna be John.
I will say that he'll probably win. Look, those types of films where they have a bit of mystery involved and like National Treasure. You know, I can still watch National Treasure. I never watched the series because it was hard to get into. Nicolas Cage wasn't a part of it,
right?
But it was still in the same universe. But seeing those types of films, they kind of grab you, right? Mm-hmm. But then, you know, because they give you a little background about certain stuff, you know, and that's fine. But is it me, or is it because they wait? And I've always said this: any film that does very well in an action type or mystery or whatever, and they wait more than 3 to 5 years, if they go past that, it's hard to care. You know, it's hard to be excited for it. It's similar to like Sin City. I've read the entire series, right? Sin City was amazing. By the time they did Sin City: A Dame to Kill For, it was 10 years later. Nobody cared. You know, and it was still shot in the same style and everything. It was just that particular demographic has moved on. So I don't know how that works for them to hang on to it. Now, okay, All Nerd says, he says, like Bad Boys for Life should have been the 4th installment. I agree. It's the naming. Yeah, I don't think it's the naming.
So hard.
Yeah, it was like opportunity, right? It was just, you know, yeah. Minions was announced. They had which, here's the thing: the Despicable Me franchise in itself is just fun to watch.
Disagree.
But that's me. It's just fun to watch, you know. And it's really not because of the whole Gru aspect of it. It's the Minions. Yeah, it's the hijinks.
They are the perfect comedy element.
Yeah, it's the Minions, you know, getting all mixed up in whatever. So
Illumination like originally founded with a bunch of DreamWorks rejects?
Pretty much.
Yes.
Yeah. So yes, they very much carried on the energy. Oh, we made this cool film. Oh shit, this works. We have a franchise on our hands now. We're gonna make because now we're getting another Minions and Shrek, and it's just like I remember when you were first starting off. Now look at you up here in the big leagues.
Don't get me wrong about Shrek, but do we really need another Shrek? I mean, unless it's the return of Farquaad.
You know what? As long as they don't completely botch it, Puss in Boots at least did a good job of setting up for the next movie. I will say I need one scene from that movie, and it's Puss about to do something like death-defying, and then that whistle just cuts through.
I knew you was going to talk about that whistle.
That whistle cuts through all the audio, and Homeboy's just in the back with his little sighs, like, if this goes wrong, you're taking a trip to the Undertaker.
although Shrek could I remember I said this. Farquaad pulls a certain red hat character for the Shrek 5 movie.
Well, I believe one of the Shrek swap tales, they did the Ghost of Lord Farquaad. So he might be over and done with. Also, when I was young, I just thought Shrek 2 was cool. I didn't realize we were redoing the entire Rodney King thing on screen.
Oh my God!
Man.
Wow. So they bring it back. Is John Lithgow going to continue doing Laura Farquaad?
If it is, I would watch it just because. I mean, think about it. I hate to bring up this climate that we're in, but in this culture and political climate, tell me that wouldn't work as a movie.
It's got to work.
Hey, Obi's excited for it.
Obi's excited because he's in a playpen and he can throw stuff. That's why he's behind me. That's why I'm surprised I don't see nothing over my shoulder right now.
But yeah, so far on the slots, I see Doomsday. Disney has a film called Hoppers. Spider-Man, Moana 3, Masters of the Universe, Scream 7, Street Fighter, Mario 2, The Odyssey, Shrek 5. Hunger Games has another one coming out. Jumanji 3, Mandalorian and Grogu. Mega Minions, Clayface, Ice Age 6.
Wait, roll that back. Mega Minions? That's not the superhero minions they had from the last film.
I see. Yeah, that's what I'm like. They're doing quadruple overtime with no extra pay.
Yes, Captain, your dream is coming true.
Ice Age 6 because Evolution hasn't done them in yet, apparently.
Right. If they ain't the new Land Before Time movies.
The Hunt for
damn ice to melted.
Right.
the hunt for Golem, Supergirl, Toy Story 5 because why? Hail Mary, Fast X Part 2.
Which we knew. Some of the probably I think about half of that list we knew about. Half of that list we knew about.
Street Fighter though?
Street Fighter has just been popping up in the past 24 hours. I didn't even know this thing existed.
Don't get me wrong. I love Street Fighter 6, the video game. We all love the campy 90s Street Fighter with, rest in peace for all Julia giving us the best M. Bison we will ever see. And the most iconic line about a Tuesday that we'll ever get. But do we need another Street Fighter? Just say it. We're already getting
from what I understand, the directors want to make the Street Fighter in the same vein as some of the animated movies that they had, which those were great.
Yeah. I mean, Assassin's Fist and Street Fighter movies 1 through 3 were great, but why? That's all I can say. But why? Unless you go turn around and give DJ his due.
You know what? Just like he's saying, just like somebody said, but why would you want to do a Street Fighter movie? And they will point at Fast X and a Camaro in space.
Hey, I don't mind. I don't mind Street Fighter. I don't mind if they do Street Fighter, but can you dial down on the comedy element of it and make it a little bit more, I don't know, talkable? Let people be like, yo, you need to go see it. See, that's what kills me about these sequels. They're so shitty. Nobody wants to talk about them except to warn people.
Well, it's like Mortal Kombat. That's like Mortal Kombat 2. Carl Urban is in it. And he's playing Johnny Cage.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I'll take it because I like Carl Urban. He is in a lot of nerd related series, movies, you name it. We need a guy who can be gruff. Carl Urban. I ain't mad at it.
But the dude playing Briggs.
# Dr. Dread. I'm sorry.
The guy playing Jackson Briggs, I'm gonna need you to go full beard, sir. Please do not give us the Army Ranger mustache because you look like Steve Harvey if Steve Harvey decided to work out.
Lord.
Now, couldn't we have gotten a sequel to Judge Dredd? I think we would have come out better.
Could have. I think I really wanted one. Dredd was amazing.
Dredd really should have had 3 movies.
Mm-hmm.
It was so slept on. That movie was so slept on. It was giving The Raid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes.
And if you've seen The Raid,
yo, them fight scenes in that damn movie were unsurpassed, bro.
So, you're right. We should have had at least 3 films by that. That was a franchise. You're talking about a fumble. That was a fumble.
I'm sorry. Watching The Raid made me paranoid about getting on a subway or a bus in overseas for a while now. Just see guys with just hammers just sitting comfortably on a bus. Yeah, I'm getting off.
Yeah. See, this would have been a time to introduce new characters because Judge Dredd comes from 2000 AD. We could have gotten the Strontium Dog and all the other characters from that.
Right.
Flesh them out. Let's see that universe expand because I'm telling you, as much of a comic book fan as I am, I want to see something else.
Yeah.
Besides Marvel and DC, I want to see what Image. Let's see Image do something. Let's see Dark Horse do something else. I want to see that.
They gotta take that. They gotta take that financial gamble. And the fact is, they have their own distributors. That's the crazy part. They don't really have to go anywhere. All you have to sit there and say is, we have this idea for a script for what we think is probably going to be one of our best IPs. You already have distribution in place, and yet crickets.
Yeah. You have those opportunities of.
They're so afraid.
And mind you, Dredd came out at a time where folks really wasn't sure. Sequels were taking hits at that time, like they wasn't sure, and this was a huge gamble for them. And the fact that they didn't really push promotion like they did, like a la Deadpool Wolverine or any major house would do. Once it came out, and mind you, the word of mouth didn't spread like it does now. So when people seen it, like they finally seen it, and they seen it like on DVD or seen it on cable, they were like, "This is good." Yes, right. It is. It's very good.
But what's crazy was the movies at the time when Dredd came out. They went up against what's that Kate Beckinsale vampire movie? The last
Underworld.
one, Underworld Blood Wars. It went up against that, and not to knock Underworld Blood Wars, but still, you had that, and it still held its own. So I'm just like, there's no excuse. You like you said, it was a movie that had very little promotion, unless you were really paying attention. Again, it was funny part where, let's see, that was the year, I think it was 2012. So you had Life of Pi, you had Project X, you had Ted, you had The Dark Knight Rises, but I think Dark Knight Rises and Dredd were separate months. Otherwise, we'd never hear of Dredd. And you had the Avengers, but again, different months. So within this entire year of 2012, when Dredd came out, it held its own against other movies. I'm just saying.
At a moment. The Hunger Games movie that they announced, which I didn't know they were going to be doing any more of those, but that is Hunger Games: Sunrise on the Reaping.
I think that's like the brand new book they just released too. So
okay,
speaking of, George R.R. Martin is not happy with House of Dragons directors and I'm just like, well, dude, finish a book so they can use the content.
You get mad because they gotta do your job. I'm like,
we good over here. Please don't touch nothing else. Stay.
We've been waiting for Winds of Winter. We've been waiting for a spring of. We've been waiting for a song of summer, sir. We waiting on you. You are the main dude that has created this complicated family line that we still trying to figure out whether or not we did win the war with the White Walkers. We're not exactly 100% sure right now.
Not sure about anything.
Audacity is on sale. Because I told y'all earlier about a dude in my job that showed up over an hour late and then came and rapped with me like, can you believe they be telling me that I'm late? Yes, actually,
I had a dude at my last job. I was ready to choke out on a daily basis because my lunch break is after his, and once our manager got promoted, nobody was really checking the times. So he was like, I can go do what I want. I'm like, bro, you realize like you're holding me up though every time you don't come back on time. So he'll come back like bragging about all the stuff he got done. I'm just like, some days I just want to see how far I can stick my foot out when you're not looking and just.
Ladies and gentlemen,
is Wayne Brady gonna have to choke a bitch? That's
Wayne Brady is my spirit animal, just over my shoulder. It is Wayne Brady, but the actor is Gravedigger. Like just do it.
Yeah.
So, in other news concerning CinemaCon, finally get a release date for Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse. The official release date is June 4th, 2027.
Is it bad that I want to say for now?
For now.
Why?
Well, apparently they did have some images. The images we got apparently is from footage that people got to see. So we do have what I think a confrontation between Miles and Gwen, which is just levels of hilarious.
Yeah. Another image of Miles Spider-Man facing off with Miles Prowler, and then another image of Miles Prowler and Miles Spider-Man teaming up. So it's happening. I mean, that writing was on the wall.
Right. I mean, technically we should have had it like 2 years earlier, but again, I'm glad we're getting it because Shameik Moore needs therapy.
He is currently getting his Boxing Say treatment right now, so he will be red carpet ready. The lights are circling his head as we speak.
Yeah, late, bro.
I mean, if anybody needs to have a friend, a counselor, or just a person to be his support system,
do not date your coworkers. That's what we're saying.
That part. How do you? I'm like, dude. How do you fall for your coworker in every universe? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
What's her name? Dr. Ayala Fix My Life.
Oh, dear.
She should just be on the tour with him.
Oh man.
What was it like working with Haley again? And she just sort of silently stand up and just look at him. And he was like, it was cool.
Like, my man got chewed out by a girl we forgot about.
What's going on, Lizzie?
Hey, like my man managed to bring back and get chewed out by a girl who we forgot about 3 Spider-Man films ago. Like, so in the film when they're having that conversation about Gwen Stacy and Spider-Man, it doesn't always end well. Was that in the script, or were y'all just talking and they forgot to turn the mics off?
That part. Oh,
you're right. Hey, it's Kiki says, I just want that Batman Beyond project we should have got. Yes, those images we seen, we were absolutely robbed.
Keaton is still raring to go to do it, but unfortunately, the people at Warner Bros. Discovery, they're still saying no. But we're holding out hope for catch up.
Yeah, we dropped the whole thing about that when they first announced that news. But apparently, they said this Spider-Verse picks up right where the last one left off. It's going to serve as it'll serve as the end of a trilogy. I very much hope we get to see PS4 or PlayStation Miles make an appearance, because whatever that was still has been not hinted at an explanation, or this Delilah woman that we met like 6 months ago.
Well, the crazy part was we had the PS4 Peter during the whole Rumble. He was in there, so the PS4 version was in there. So I don't see why not the other Miles won't be there.
Yeah. Speaking of Spider-Man,
oh Lord, here we go.
We're getting our 4th Spider-Man film starring Tom Holland. Is going to be called Spider-Man Brand New Day. That's going to come out. Yay! Yeah, exactly. It's coming out July 31st of next year.
Out of the mouth of babes. Out of the mouth of babes.
That was good time. That was good time.
That was perfect.
I applaud that.
That was on time. But yeah, that comes out July 21st or July 31st of 2026. And for those who've read the book, Brand New Day was the restart of of Spider-Man when they did One Moment in Time.
Was it Moment in Time or was it One More Day? Because I remember one of those is
one more. No, it would be a moment in time because One More Day was the No Way Home storyline.
Yeah,
no, I'm saying comic wise, was it One More Day the one everyone hated, and then they had to basically start over because they just deleted Peter's save progress for Aunt May of all people.
Yes.
Yeah, and it was, and they called their way for saying it was called omit, which was One Moment in Time. And very mixed reviews for so many reasons. It's not nearly as bad as the Clone Saga, but it's just as confusing and unnecessary. So, but Brand New Day, fresh start, no married Peter. Some of the core characters were still around, like the MJs, but he was never married or anything like that. He was just completely wiped from existence. Right. It's a restart, and we know that in comics they do this a lot. They bring this how they bring in new readers. It's kind of hard for them to, and I get it from a writer standpoint, to continue on a story that was 30 years in the running and then try to find more ways around it. I get you not wanting to have him married to one of the main characters, because it does limit you as far as how many times is Mary Jane going to be in danger.
Hey, it could be worse. They could be doing 8. They could be doing the 8 Deaths of Spider-Man, and let's see that in there.
Yeah. So
go ahead and let Peter go through his single, lonely, toxic era and give him the girlfriend that he requires. Go ahead and cast Black Cat.
That would be a good one.
This is bird
Black
time
Cat
for
after Felicia Hardy would be a good one.
Well, just when you thought Gwen Stacy was dead, She come peeking around the corner.
I don't think they'll ever actually give us the proper Gwen Stacy again. Anyway, at least not since Amazing. Like Amazing nailed it. The film Amazing Spider-Man, they nailed it. Even knowing what was coming. It's hearing that snap.
Yeah.
You could cast both and have him ping pong in between the two, like they did MJ and Black Cat during what was the game where you basically
it can work. It can actually work.
Oh, Web of Shadows?
Yeah, Web of Shadows, where you basically was like, if you save her in front of MJ, she basically just leaves you. Or
Pete gets the girls. It's just you got enough Riz to get the girls. You don't have enough Riz to keep said girls, is what it is.
I was gonna say his rogue gallery doesn't let it happen, especially don't let Green Goblin find out he's with somebody. That man makes a point in life to make sure he's single.
Jeez, he can't catch a break.
Yeah, if we're going, I'm curious what they're gonna do with this new direction. I'm curious if this Daredevil stuff crosses over, especially now that we're getting a more between Fisk and Valentina in the city and in political office or with political strings to pull. I'm curious if we're gonna see more grounded level things, kind of like we did with Homecoming.
I can see that. I can see more Defenders level just because the actors are available.
So, Juicy Glay. Hello, Juicy Glay. She's in the building.
Hi, Renita.
So, you're right. God, Pete just gets dumped on consistently, and I'm like, dude. But it does something to his character, though. It like this dude just don't. Even now, the current run, this dude was ready to quit, right? Walk away. He's like, I do not have to die all these I don't need to do that. But once again, they see like this dude has a resolve that even Matt Murdock is like, yeah, you got it. I was like, you got it. And so that dude is rough. In Tafari, I mentioned the Defenders.
Yep.
Okay, here we go. Finn Jones has announced to please give him a freaking chance He's ready. He's ready to do the work.
I will say it like this. I said in our group chat, and I will say it here. Unless Donnie Yen, Sammo Hung, Tony Jaa, or Jet Li has given you their seal of approval, sit the frack down.
I tell you what, I'll give you one. I'll give you one a little better. Not a little better, but I'll give you. Here's it is. Finn Jones, trained under Ki Wai Kwan.
Again,
he has done fight choreography. Mm-hmm. He is a martial artist. He's worked on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You've seen him in Everything Everywhere All at Once. The man he's got fight skills.
But the crazy part is for you to
show up.
For you to be, and again, this is what irks my soul. For you to be Iron Fist, for you, and again, for all those like, well, Iron Fist is a white dude. Yes, Danny Rand is white, and he's rich. He also fought a dragon. That also being said, you would think you would go to anybody that is world renowned for their martial arts talent, go up to them like Stephen Strange did, straight up to the Ancient One, teach me, in the straight ceremonial bow, and be like, whatever I need to do. How much time do you need? A year? 2 years? Monastery? What? Because I'm sorry, if you did have a shot, and yes, we weren't happy with it. But if you want a second shot at playing Iron Fist, we gonna need proof. We gonna need proof of concept.
We need. If you've seen the Samurai and how she trains, I'm telling you, you got to show us some behind the scenes of you. You actually training. Okay, he's training. Also, go talk to Keanu Reeves. Talk to Halle Berry. Talk to these Lawrence Fishburne. Talk to the people that actually went behind the scenes and learned something.
Although, quick shout to Samurai Rider. I did not know she was in Killer's Game.
Yes.
I did not know it.
That girl's been booked and busy.
Man, but she got ass though. Anyway,
all right, that's why you got 2 kids now. Stop.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, reports from Backshot Central. What do we have here? Lo and behold.
Meanwhile, Mayhem was just like, I came from sick bay to hear this.
I mean, it's on topic. Go ahead.
Go on, Will.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I wanted to fast forward the Finn Jones conversation because no one really cares about NSYNC era Justin Timberlake from Great Value. Like, no one
not from Great Value.
Not Great Value, Justin Timberlake.
But I do have a completely unrelated but important question in my mind. In the comics, has Daredevil ever met Thor?
Yes.
Has it ever
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so does he is Jesus up there somewhere? Like, what does he think of that?
They had, if I remember right, they had one question between them, and I think Thor really didn't answer it because it's around. I want to say it was around the time of Secret Wars, but I could be wrong. That I think he asked Thor one question, and Thor didn't answer.
That is a hell of a segue, Spartan. Damn. I don't plan these things. I just look the thing forward and make. Because speaking of Secret Wars, we just got the first half of the announcement of Avengers Doomsday because this is turning out to be the cast of cast. If you thought Avengers Endgame and Infinity War was a lot of Avengers, no, this one is all hands on deck.
Man,
good Lord, glory in the morning. What is happening? So we're just going might as well just run it down. So far, Vanessa Kirby, who's playing Susan Storm, is playing in the upcoming Fantastic Four movie, is coming in. Tom Holland is showing up, of course. Pedro Pascal, who's playing Mr. Fantastic. Robert Downey Jr., of course, is Doom. Haley Steinfeld is showing up. Florence Pugh, who is Black Widow, White Widow, whatever you want to call her. Yeah. Joseph Quinn, who's playing the Human Torch in the upcoming FF movie. Iman Vellani, a fan favorite, playing Ms. Marvel. Tanakh Huerta, who is playing Namor, he's coming back. Alan Cumming, who has played Nightcrawler in the Fox version of X-Men projects, showing up. Kelsey Grammer, which we kind of knew after watching the Marvels. He did the voice of the Beast there, which was a 90s version Beast. We'll take it.
The movie y'all dumped on the most now has the most important end credit scene, and you're all confused because you went to not go see it.
That part. James Marsden is coming back as Cyclops. Yes, Rebecca Romaine is coming back in Mystique. She didn't fly, as Candy B will say, this woman didn't slide on her coochie to disrespect her name. So,
wait, are we missing? I think we're missing Amon, Tom, all the Spider-Man, and all the Defenders, aren't we? I think
I haven't even got through the list.
I'm saying on the chairs though. Though I don't remember. I think Amon,
like I said, half the cast.
Yeah, because everybody's assuming that whatever Defender nonsense we might get via Daredevil and Tom is going to take place between. They think Tom's movie Spider-Man 4 is going to be what Ant-Man 2 was between Endgame and Civil War.
Yep.
Wyatt Russell is back as John Walker, aka U.S. Agent. Lewis Pullman, who is playing the Sentry in the upcoming Thunderbolts movie. It's not a spoiler.
You mean Bob?
It's not a spoiler. Yes, Bob.
Right.
Bob.
Yeah,
Bob. We're gonna call him Bob. Chris Hemsworth is back as Thor. Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart are back as Magneto and Professor X, and I'm like, they announced those two names before anybody else, and I'm like, y'all bringing y'all okay.
I mean, you if you're gonna do Secret Wars, you might as well bring back the originals. Yeah. I mean, Sir Patrick Stewart and Sir Eamon are still around.
Yep.
They just stay on the BBC.
Sam Wilson, Anthony Mackie, Sam Wilson, and Joaquin Torres, who plays the Falcon, they will be back. Shiri will be coming back by Letitia Wright. Ebon Moss Bacharach, who plays Ben Grimm in the upcoming Fantastic Four film, is coming. Hannah John Kamen, who plays Ghost in the Ant-Man films. Sebastian Stan obviously is showing up. Channing Tatum will be showing up as Gambit. This man is living his dream right now. He's living his dream right now. Winston Duke will be back. Simu Liu will be back. Thank God Shang-Chi will make another return. Thank God.
You're bald-headed demon.
I needed Shang-Chi so bad. I needed a sequel so bad because the movie is good. Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings is an amazing film, and good Lord, the dude can fight. Matter of fact, Danny Rand, okay. Finn Jones, go train with
you would have to work him in, not even a Defender. You would have to come back via Shang-Chi route because you have information from the Hand, and even then, it's going to be businessman Danny Rand in a suit with a scheduled meeting. Like you sit there, read your lines, and do nothing else.
but Seaman got trained by Donnie Yen. So if that tells you anything, the man knew where to go to learn to fight.
And for the record, in the comics, Danny Rand just knows how to fight. Shang-Chi is the master of kung fu. There's no question. He is the living weapon. So David Harbour, who plays our favorite Red Guardian, he will be back. Alexi will be making a comeback. Tom Hiddleston will be returning as Loki. Benedict Cumberbatch will be returning as Doctor Strange. Oscar Isaac, Moon Knight.
Of course.
Paul Rudd, with his little director's chair or actor's chair, will be returning as Ant-Man. Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk. Charlie Cox apparently will be showing up. Haley Atwell, of course, needs to show up. Aquafina, shut up, Mayhem.
Can we leave Paul Rudd at home, please? Can we leave Paul Rudd at home, please?
Not Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd's a gem. He's a gem.
It's just that, when you try to just don't make another Quantumania.
Well, I mean, we're saying Haley, but do we think that Spider-Verse will tie into all of this stuff?
I think she's going to be, it's live action, so she'll be Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay, right.
Yeah. Catherine Newton, who plays Cassandra Lang, will be showing up. As well as
Stature.
Stature. Chokti Gomez, thank God, Miss America will be showing up. Dominique Thorne, Benedict Wong, Paul Bettany, and Julia Louise Dreyfus, who's playing the Contessa. I don't get into all her names. She did one carries weight Valentina Contessa de la Fontaine.
Her mama named Lady Hydra. I'm gonna call Lady Hydra.
That's it. So, and like I said, that's half that we know of. That we know of popping up.
And again, I give the Russo brothers credit for this because I brought this up the last time. This is their way of saying, okay, you guys wanted us to take our time. You didn't like what was produced previously by the MCU. So now that we're taking our time with Doomsday, we're bringing in everybody. So we're not trying to Civil War it, although I still say Civil War wasn't bad. I just think that they gave you a small scale, and then they kind of gave you what you wanted in Infinity and Endgame, but I digress. But no, Secret Wars is going to be, I think it's going to be Marvel's bank shot. It's going to be, we are throwing all our crabs in this barrel. We're going to use this as the nexus point of how we tell stories from here on out. So, of course, I'm not against having a full cast. And again, Russos are great directors. I just hope they have a great writing team behind this.
That part.
I'm curious if we're getting a second announcement. Go ahead.
I'm sure we will. Like, it's like, I don't think they were expecting that to be such they were just like, we got mad because we spent 5.5 hours. Hey, that was on y'all.
I'll put it this way. Whoever on the Marvel side said, you know what? It sounded like somebody that was high when they said it. How about we just set a whole bunch of chairs up and one camera and we just go live for 5 hours and it just trolls names? That is the dumbest. Wait, what?
What you got, Mayhem?
Well, one, off of what Spartan was just saying, I think there was definitely copious amounts of cocaine involved when this idea was processed. But because Fury tried to slip Aquafina in there, I think Katie can just have like an off-screen car accident. Like, she ain't got to die, but like, just
no, leave her. She's fine. Leave her in there.
She's fine.
Traction. Leave her in there.
Oh my god!
You don't need to.
She's just like when they were at the Mystical City. She had her moment, and that was her moment. She's Shang-Chi's anchor to his other world.
Oh right, she is actually in this. I completely forgot.
Yeah. So she's outside being his anchor to his quote unquote boring life. What other fit? Where else does she fit? I mean, and I'm not being funny. It's just like what she can just be. Oh, okay. You're off doing your thing again. Do you need me to come? No, this might be too bad. Okay, I'll go park some cars or something. Whatever.
I mean, it's Aquafina. So
between movies, he could have met Luis. Luis will be his anchor, and Aki can just chill. She can just put her feet up. Do another comedy special.
Feige, I need you to bring Luis back. We have been screaming for this man to come back since the blip. What happened to Luis during the blip? You mean to tell me that Scott never once, like, you know what? I wonder what happened to Luis.
Didn't even have a thought of that.
They don't tell us type of stuff.
What happened to the company XCon that I helped you start up? What happened to that?
Didn't XCon land that big gig that's supposed to save the business? I mean, we don't expect T.I. back, but I mean, at least
they was down to eating Intamins.
At any point, Luis can come in and basically give everybody the catch up, especially because we've had to pivot from this Caine angle. So at any point, a rapid recap about where everybody has been, and
or just make him a watcher. Just sit there and say the watcher brings on a new apprentice and turn around and
he takes the place of Stan Lee when Stan Lee's talking to the watchers. He was like, "So this is what happened."
or even if the watcher, if Uatu is trying to get the other watchers to see his way, he's like, "Here, this Earth representative is Luis. He'll fill you in on everything you've missed."
And then it would be freaking perfect.
I'm curious.
The world would be set.
I'm curious if they get involved because I'm curious to what animated or TV projects are even going to cross into this world, especially because I mean X-Men. I mean 97 is scattered in 3 different parts of the same timeline at this point.
I got something that's terrible. would it be so bad to redo Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and bring it back currently?
No, I want it back.
Not redo it, but I very much could see
continuation from before they started going extraterrestrial. I think that would be great.
I think I could very much see us opening a bridge, because I think this is just going to be a bridge of different universes that hang on after, I don't know, Doom finds Loki and lights the tree on fire. I very much could see we get Agent Coulson and Hill back, because she did not need to go out like that.
No. We're gonna take a quick break because I want to come back to this conversation and then one more reveal that they did at CinemaCon, which Lady Mandalore, I know she enjoyed. We'll be right back. Blurred's Eye View is a proud affiliate of Otaku Noir. Use the code Blurred's Eye View for 10% off on all items. With a different nerd-themed box filled with items made by talented blurs across the country, you surely will not be disappointed. Go to otakunoir.com. Otaku Noir, the #1 blurred mystery box company.
Let's reach out one time.
What is that? What is that?
Navy, I think you might gotta plug your mic out and back in.
It is.
How about now?
That got it.
It actually, yeah. He slapped it.
See, I've had microphone violence since day one. This little nigga is gonna get fired. That's all I gotta say.
What did Blue Beetle do?
It will be stripped of his clothes and left naked in the living room so he can think over his life decisions.
Lord. Damn. Before we get to the final, before we get to the final reveal of what happened at CinemaCon, what they're doing with this is Secret Wars. Let's call it what it is. You know, us comic book aficionado fans, whatever you want to call us, as long as you don't call us late for dinner. It's literally Secret Wars. It's above my right shoulder, the whole map of Secret Wars 2, which was Jonathan Hickman in 2015. Which shout out to somebody actually online, because there's a great scene where he's going by the name God Doom at this point, wearing all white, drip. Doom always got drip. He rips the spine out of Thanos. Thanos talks his trash, and he just walks up to him and somebody did an animatic for that, and it looked pretty cool. And but actually the voice was more James Earl Jones. I'm not mad at it. It's James Earl Jones. It's Vader. It's it works. It works either way,
right?
So it's a shame he's not with us. I'm like, would you like to do the voice of Doom? It just seems to work, So, but yeah.
Was anybody else? Are we happy or sad? There was no Halle Berry as Storm announced.
I'm fine.
Technically, they sat there and said they are close to working a deal, so nothing has been confirmed as of yet. But at the same time,
and I like Halle, just not as Storm.
How can I put this? I wish she was given more lines in the Bryan Singer movies, because we know she can act. We know she can act.
Not only that, but there were scenes that she did Storm's accent, and it just they omitted them.
Right. And that was the thing I didn't like. I mean, at first I was like, we really should have Angela Bassett, but Angela Bassett has said many a times she was offered the role, but it was the lines or lack thereof that made her not want to jump on it. So
you don't give a woman like that crap lines. No.
Exactly. You don't give the Queen Mother crap lines. So I want to see Halle Berry. I want Halle Berry to have the same resurgence in the way that we got to see Channing Tatum got to live out Gambit, if that makes sense.
And somebody in that wig department do right.
I'm just really
do right. That's all I'm saying.
Reach out to old girl from Black Panther. Reach out to her. Just sit there and say, "We need a Storm wig." She gonna say, "I got 7." Which one?
I got 7.
Which I got 7. Which do you want? Silver Age? Do you want punk rock?
I got it on lock. Let's go.
I mean, do you want leader of Wakanda wig? I'm like, reach out to her. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, it could be redemption. So
yeah,
let's face it. Look, Channing Tatum as Gambit was a redemption.
Yes.
And it wasn't him, and it wasn't the character. It was just like this was something we were supposed to have, and we never received it. And this is what we missed out on. Like, oh, dude, okay.
It took Marvel Jesus to get us Gambit.
Oh yeah, no Ryan Reynolds or Hugh Jackman either. Surprisingly,
I think that's gonna be surprises. Watch. All I gotta say is watch. That's gonna wind up being.
I would say, keep at least those two under wraps.
Mm-hmm.
And just have Wade showing up like in background scenes just for jokes, literally like he did in Deadpool 2.
Fourth wall version.
Where he's in the X Mansion, and you see the Fox X-Men First Class edition in the library hiding. Like, give me some jokes. It's fine. Not it don't have to be everything. Just give me some jokes.
Just see him walk in and said, "I bet y'all weren't suspecting, weren't you? Neither were you. But just move along.
Yeah, he'll be their one like PG-13 F-bomb more than likely. Like it'll be like we're missing one more person. He walks through the door. Sup, fuckers? All right, what I missed.
Yeah, there you go.
But
and I'm out.
Right. He said
next time.
And contractual obligation has been finished and seen.
I think he'll be in the movie. He'll pull up a chair to whatever the team meeting is, and they're just like, "We're bringing the foul mouth delinquent. It's cool. Feige says I get only one, so I'll behave the rest." But and then are we? I'm curious to see if we're like going to restructure the world, or it's going to be kind of a crisis thing where it's like, here's what's left. Or like the recent Crisis, we're making a new world. We're just putting everybody into one variant body because Magneto and Charles are getting up there. Are you bringing them back just to kill them off again, or what are we doing?
Oh man,
we could get different variants. They could still be screwing with us.
Like
I need First Class Charles and Magneto.
So we could get Fassbender and what's his face.
That's what I'm saying. Like when they're done with whatever they do, if they reset. I was like, if they reset the world, is that like our goodbye to the old men, and then we get when we come back, it's the younger versions in charge? Because that's
I wouldn't be against it.
I will be the first one to say that James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender's Charles and Xavier on the same screen was amazing. Was amazing dialogue. Fassbender's in Dark Phoenix. Fassbender's entire scene on the train is the only amazing thing on that, because he just lit loose, and I'm like, and that is Magneto. In First Class, that is Magneto when he takes that coin, and he just slowly. That is Magneto. Give me that guy.
I'm gonna give you to the count of 3 to stop this coin from pushing through. Like, I'm more trying about the fact that like Charles just sitting there watching. It's like, bruh,
he couldn't do anything,
and you sitting there just holding him. It's like
it's
mental Holocaust.
I'm just saying
that I can watch First Class and I can watch Dark Phoenix for those, because they do like their scenes alone, just them two, that back and forth, whether it's rhetoric, whether it's not getting along, whatever the case may be, them bouncing off each other, that's good acting. If you've seen McAvoy in Split, will solve everything.
That should have been a freaking Oscar. I'm sorry. I will forever say Split should have been his Oscar moment, because he pulled off so many freaking identities.
Yeah. The Academy just hates horror movies for some reason. They're bad people.
Oh, they hate a lot of things.
Yeah.
We've been witness to that, because I'm like, so original musical again? I'm sorry, what?
How do you have them performing and yet they took no awards home? We're looking at y'all.
I think I know they get a lot of flack for like the X-Men being handled, but Days of Future Past at least did a good job of blending those two timelines and basically like, hey, no matter which I think is something they could do again now, which is no matter which timeline you're in, you then re-intersect at this like disaster route where we all get hunted like animals.
I will say, and then once again, their First Class version of Quicksilver, I didn't expect him to be that good. I'm just saying.
But at the same time, you killed Darwin.
I'm like, you killed Darwin, but like, was that the takeoff? Was like,
Darwin wasn't supposed to die.
Darwin wasn't supposed to die. We didn't think Quicksilver would be as cool as he was power set wise, but made him look crazy, like gear wise.
Like you went the ADHD route. You basically said Quicksilver has ADHD, which could make sense. It makes sense for his character.
I got a taste of the tism. A little taste of the tism.
taste of the tism.
Taste of the tism.
It's a taste of the tism.
A taste of the tism.
Oh my God! So yeah, there were definitely from that version of the Fox X-Men, the First Class. There were actually a lot of their characters were cool, and there were some definitely cool moments. But as they kept going further along, it didn't mesh. It stopped.
They went a whole different route.
Yeah, looking back, Oscar Isaac's Apocalypse actually was good. They just promoted the mess out of him wrong, like showing him in a purple light, which was Psylocke. And I was like, this was the picture y'all chose to go with. Y'all make him look like Ivan Ooze. That was the picture y'all chose.
But the funny part is that actually helped out the Mind Morphin Power Rangers movie a little bit, because a lot of people went back to that movie and looked at that and looked at the ad and was like, Saban should be suing right now.
That was what they went with. I'm like, you decided to show us Apocalypse in a purple hue, which when you watch the film was just Psylocke's power, and it was just him standing in the light of it. But that was that's the first visual you wanted to give us.
Also,
only to turn around and see him in the film and say, no, you don't look bad, and you played your role.
Although poor Olivia Munn never really get a lot of lines of Cyclops.
No, she didn't, and even her role wasn't bad. It was just you have a lot of cool characters. Even what was her name? Angela? Is it Angela? The one that played Storm.
Oh, I know you're talking about. I can't.
She played Alexandra Shipp.
Alexandria.
Yeah,
she at least had Storm's look and her accent. She didn't have
the melanin
like we expect. That's what it is.
We can say it. I'm not afraid to say it.
I was trying to wait to say it.
It was
but she had the aesthetic. She had the accent, and I'm like, you are 90% there. But you hard left it. You hard left, so
see this. Somebody rolled in a brown paper bag and things just got a little awkward from there.
Yeah. And like everybody's saying in the comments. And you killed off Darwin.
First Class was set in the 60s and killed the only black character. Yeah.
It's not what you want to do.
I'm not saying for the times. I'm like, it's kind of messed up. I kind of still want to say F you to Bryan Singer on that one.
Yeah. But the upside, he's playing Mr. Fantastic now. So that works for everybody. So now there it is.
True. Second chance redemption.
Lady Mandalore.
Speaking of second chance, hey, by the time you showed up.
I kept the ship in hover mode for her.
I appreciate you.
Oh, so we were in orbit because of her.
Okay. Yeah. She knows I can't unless she tells me beforehand. The ship doesn't leave without her.
I wonder why I kept seeing Brazil.
I was laughing. Watching Kira play is the funniest thing on earth. At the same time, she tries to apologize for cussing. I'm like, you about 10 cuss words in past where you thought you didn't cuss.
I didn't curse that much. I didn't curse that much until stuff started to hit me or scare the shit out of me. That's when I started to curse. I don't like jump scares. Still, don't make that face.
We all made that face. I was laughing.
Even your face made that face.
In all honesty, I'm glad she made it in perfect time because the final reveal from CinemaCon. Well,
Daddy.
She got here just after the Storm discussion ended.
Did not expect this coming, but we are getting a John Wick 5. We are getting a John Wick spinoff with Caine, and we're getting a John Wick animated prequel. And this is not April Fool's. Lionsgate announced it at CinemaCon. Variety covered it.
So I have so many questions.
They got money.
Okay, Tafara, if you don't clip that daddy line that came out of her, we got a problem, sir.
I got the timestamp for the start of this. I got the timestamp for this entire segment. Don't worry.
Man, because that daddy was a bit boisterous. Okay, that
boisterous. That daddy has been practiced. That's
she came. She got.
Okay, wait. All right, wait. All right.
The only thing missing from that, was a oh yeah. That was the only thing that was missing.
Not us.
I will forever be scarred by that line. I will forever be scarred by that phrase because of the My Hero.
Thank you, Whoopi. Thank you, Whoopi. Yeah.
Thank you. I love it.
I'm gonna leave Kira alone and go straight into it. We're having a John Wick 5. Then again, shit, we didn't see a body.
Hey, even the dog knew. Okay.
I was about to say it. I'm like, no, we didn't see a body at the end of chapter 4.
Nope.
No, we did
sure
not.
Didn't.
No.
Sure
all we seen was a man collapse on stairs. Yeah. And as I looked at my wife, I said, that man been fighting all night. He been fighting for the past week. If you put all the movies together, this man's exhausted.
Fair.
That's not death. That's exhaustion. They can look similar.
You know what I'm mad about? John Wick never got an award for PETA for protecting animals.
This is true. This is true.
For all PETA's talk about down in movies, I have yet to see them give an award for John Wick for massive gunfire and every animal was protected.
As it should be.
And rode a horse and killed people on a motorcycle.
That horse turned around and drop kicked the shit out of people.
That was wild.
The crazy thing is every time I see a John Wick movie, I think of that comic book, Good Boy.
Oh Lord, that's a good one.
If you want to read, that will make you go, "What the actual fuck?"
Oh, you keep telling me about that.
The phrase "kitchen sink" means something.
Literally. We flipped the story on his head. What happens if the puppy lives and John dies?
So,
no, it's vengeance. It's vengeance. That puppy grows up and just like, you took out my man. I'm about to take y'all out.
But this is definitely a movie that we've been clawing at the bit for, because the John Wick series came in sleeper hit.
Mm-hmm.
It came in sleeper hit, and then when people seen how you just kept introducing cooler characters and cooler venues and cool locations and more badassery and guns and knives and fights and coins that
chopsticks, pencils. What else?
Yeah,
I'm sorry. The most dangerous person will always be, rest in peace, Lance Reddick. Rest in peace, the concierge. I had never seen a man so pissed off about his armory not doing damage to go back, take off the suit, and explain, we are going to use armor-piercing rounds. They have Kevlar. Okay? You see, John didn't ask no questions, but he was so pissed that this does not work out the way he wanted. But yet, unscathed throughout the
this series is just one of those things, because if you've seen anything, and once again I'll bring it up, the Raid, if you've seen the Raid, if you've seen Boy Kills World, which is by the same people, it was like, you see those types of films. Monkey Man is another one. If you watch those type of films, you're just like, this is good.
You're not here to read. You're not here to become a better person. You are here to enjoy blood, gore, violence, fire, curse words,
straight carnage.
We've consistently said that Chad Zielinski should be running and directing Blade. We said it. It's a perfect vehicle.
Yep.
For that character.
Just redo the bloodbath scene from the first one. We'll be good. Redo it, but just make it modern.
Can you imagine?
Can you imagine? 1 second. Nicole. I don't call you Nicole.
Belgian male.
Oh Lord.
They're gorgeous. They're gorgeous. They are absolutely gorgeous. They are the agility. We have one that comes into my clinic. Best little boy. He has big head. He jumps high. He is best man.
She wants a lethal killing machine.
No,
I do mean lethal.
No, that dog is smarter than a German Shepherd and twice the confidence.
Yeah.
Twice the confidence of a German Shepherd.
Extreme. Look, my next door neighbor has 2 of them, and they are the sweetest dogs. But when I tell you the level of training that this owner has to have, because these little dogs, these little dogs, I thought huskies were little devils. No, those Belgians, number 9, they can run a 4 flat and 40. Number 2, they're biting like one just because he had a chew toy. The chew toy was a rebar. The rebar was bent. Do you know how much pressure that you have to bend rebars? And his dog is using it as a chew toy. Hell
Question.
No.
Did you bend the rebar first?
No. You know what? If I ever been tying lug nuts, okay, I've done that before.
Did
rebars,
he
no.
Is the better question.
No. I'm scared. When you see the dog come up to you and he's like, oh, okay. He's like, ask, can I pet the dog? Yeah, sure. The dog drops something hard. I'm thinking, oh, it can't be anything. I pick it up. It's a rebar. And I'm like,
follow-up question.
Mm-hmm.
Where was Obi when the rebar was bent?
No, here's the thing about it. I had Obi in the stroller. We were taking a walk. The dogs love Obi. But if I took a step to him, they both turned there and look. They both turned to me like, "Where you going?"
Mm-hmm.
They immediately got the protector stance around Obi, and I'm like, you might want to get your dogs before I shoot your dogs." I'm not gonna fight your dogs. I'm gonna shoot your dogs. Just saying.
Oh, Belgian Malinois, Bama.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's definitely John Wick. The John Wick series is definitely something we needed. We didn't expect that much. They already have another spinoff, which is Ballerina, starring.
That's
we'll be watching.
That I will be watching.
Miss Diana. She's so
what about me?
Yeah, that's your crush. I've heard you talk about
Anna de Armas. When you said that you liked her?
What?
I know it's been a while. I know
wait. His wife might be in the room.
Wait. Blink twice. Blink twice if you in danger.
Tell us, Mayhem. Tell us.
She's good looking. I just like.
Tell us, Mayhem.
I don't remember like making time a day to be like, hey guys, you know.
All I gotta say, Mayhem, is everything frosty right now. Is everything frosty? It's okay to tell us.
Blink once for yes, twice for no.
Everything frosty sounds like jizz your pants, and I'm gross.
I'm just. You would let us know you in danger.
Once for yes, twice for no. Please.
Oh my goodness!
Cat Yellow Ranger, welcome. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God! No, you stated on an occasion that Ana de Armas that's your cup of tea. That's your jam. At least 3.
I don't even know. Oh, she's Cuban and Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
what?
And there it is. There's a connection.
There,
so like tinted white.
That spoon ain't stop stirring. Come on now.
Right.
The spoon didn't stop stirring.
That spoon ain't stop stirring. See, you see on his face? It's just a slow. all you need is music behind it. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh no, it was mentioned once on the show and at least twice in the group chat.
Yeah.
Why are you let this man breathe?
I'm sorry. I have a eidetic memory. I can't help it.
You can't really forget.
Telling on people with your own. Tell your shit. Don't be telling nobody else.
Everybody know. Look, he was clocking me every time I mentioned Angela Bassett. You think I cared?
I mean, that is fair. That is fair play.
Sir,
fair play.
You mentioned her enough where she could have pressed charges against the show. That was a completely different level of mentioning.
I believe you, Anna.
Wow. Good night, America. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, why do you make it seem like I'm the creep? I'm like, no.
Thank you for coming. God bless and good night.
Well, whatever makes
just take the wine ball and just went, ooh.
Wait, hold on. As much as I've mentioned Angela, and it's not a problem when my second in command sees Rage Daddy, Water Daddy, Time Daddy.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's
what
not
what's of
it? Character development.
What's of it?
No,
I'm trying to see
what's the difference.
I'm a DEI hire. I have to represent the women on this show. Okay.
Notice she's.
Is that what we're doing here? Are we? What are we doing? What are we doing? Is this a Doge moment? What are we doing?
Wow.
I'm so glad my microphone is working finally. I'm not underwater.
Do I need to call somebody? No. Who is it?
I'm just trying to find what's
your
the
therapist
like,
is what you need to call. Your
I'm gonna call Canada. They're gonna come and get your asses. They're gonna turn off the lights and everything. They're coming for y'all.
I think you forget that they finalized their divorce last week. They no longer have ties to us. So
right.
Also, I'd like to point out that she did show up after the conversation regarding the one queen mother she doesn't approve of.
Right.
Y'all lucky. That's why I came in here, because I knew y'all were talking some bullshit when I was gone. I knew y'all was on some nonsense.
All I said was, hey, they didn't say who's going to be Storm yet. Do we want Hallie or no?
No. Sorry, Hallie. Sorry, girl. I'm sorry. I love you. I love you, Hallie. They did you dirty. But the amount of dirty that they did to you leads me to say you can't do it. There's no amount of overhauling. I'm sorry, we're back on this thing because I need to say my piece. They need to overhaul that character so much. They have to pull her from a completely different universe in order to make it make sense. There's no fixing that. There ain't no fixing that. I love Hallie.
I wish her the best. I thought Kira was going to say I never forgave her for Monsters Ball.
Oh no, baby got money after that. She could have that Academy Award. I mean, that's she did what she had to. She didn't have to. Look,
she didn't have to.
There it is.
That's
another conversation.
There it is.
That's another conversation.
Point is that is not Kira's pick. We are waiting on a new actor.
Correct. And it needs to be Titi Badaki and end of sentence.
Fair.
Are we really ready for a Snowfall alternate universe T'Challa though?
That's not happening.
I don't know what he's training for something. I don't know what he's training for, but he's training for something.
He's training to get back his $70 million. That's what he's
real respectful. How tall is that man?
Not tall.
He's barely 6.
Really?
6 feet. I want to say he's maybe 5'10", 5'11". He's not a tall person.
Whoa! That's average.
He was tall enough to date Steve Harvey's daughter, so I guess that's something.
That doesn't require much. You know what? Let me.
Yeah, it's not.
Every last one of y'all.
It's not the height that brought her in. Brown chicken, brown cow.
I'm just saying.
I think he's 6'1" or 6 flat.
Oh, so he got a yardstick.
He needs to fire everyone that's ever put a camera on him. Because he looks all of 5'7" in every photo I've ever seen.
That is a fact. I thought he was a short king.
That's similar. That's similar to Elijah Dushku, who I knew was short. I didn't realize she was that short.
She teeny. She's shorter than Buffy. Buffy's not that.
Yeah.
She itsy bitsy.
She's at least 5'3", 5'4".
I want to say 5'4" because I can't live in a world where she's shorter than me. She can't be 5'4".
And honestly, I didn't see what shoes she had on because I was behind her, and they thought I was her bodyguard. This is when Wizard World was a thing, and it was in Columbus, and I just happened to be leaving post. I'm bald hair, yellow shirt, blue jeans. I'm sorry. That was the shirts they had us wear. I can't help it look like Luke Cage, and it made me look like her bodyguard. And she's short. She's tiny. She's teensy. You know what? No, she's about the same height as Janelle Monáe. So yeah.
And Janelle was so tiny. Oh my gosh, she was so tiny.
She's little.
She was wearing boots in them photos too.
So she's actually short. She might be taller. Who knows? But yeah, that height thing. But they make Damson Idris look either average to shorter.
They made that dude look like he was 6'3".
How they make Tom Cruise look like he's 6'10" and Damson looks like he's 4'9"?
Got it.
Posture and camera angles. Go ahead.
I love Tom Cruise so much. He literally can stand on crates sometimes. They shoot it at an angle. He's standing on an actual box.
Apple box. Mm-hmm.
He's
that's
so
not
small.
That's not a new platform for Apple.
This is why it takes so long for Mission Impossible films to get done. Angles.
Apple box, the name of their robo hookers.
Jeez. So there it is. There is the entire, well, not the entire CinemaCon announcements, because they have one more day. That is weird for a convention to run that way.
Hey, they said that it runs from yesterday to Wednesday, with technically people showing up early on Sunday. And I guess they're treating this the way Floridians do the county fair. You go on weekdays when the hoodlums are in school or jail or just in bed.
DeWanda also gets a nod from me. But
I was going to say
only if Yatiti.
My top 3 picks for Storm: Yatiti, Jodie Turner-Smith, and a Diop. Those are the.
Yeah.
Is Jodie the one with the abs?
She was one of. Yeah, I was gonna say.
They all have abs.
Yeah,
they really do.
She was in the Acolyte. She was the lead.
Mother.
The lead mother in the Acolyte.
The mother of the group, right?
Yeah. So, in that sister, and she's another one that like red carpet ready. Like,
yeah. What's wrong, Kira?
I'm really mad at Deadpool and Wolverine for not putting Halle in that movie. I'm actually kind of mad. I'm actually kind of mad about that.
Didn't want her. You didn't want her.
That was a fumble. That was.
You didn't want her in Secret Wars.
Okay.
Why you want her in Deadpool and Wolverine?
Did you want?
Because it's a one-off. Let her have some kind of a good turnout for something.
So Storm winds up in the
It could have been a flashback. It could have been a flashback. It didn't have to be.
That's
like,
what I was fully. Well, when he talks about everyone going mutant hunting, which I'm guessing was Sentinels and Friends of Humanity pulling up, I was expecting like one of those 3D kind of flashbacks where it's like a still, but they kind of rotate. I was expecting to see her, James Marsden, and everybody like duking it out for their last moments in the house, and we just got like yells and echoes in the background.
Oh, about when he had the flashback of the X crosses. Okay.
Yeah, is that what that was? The crosses?
Yeah, the crosses going on.
Oh man, the crosses one that was intense.
The crosses look like the shit they used to keep the fog away in Lost. I was.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong, sir.
So yeah, those are my top 3 picks. Yeah, even Cat Yellow Ranger says Anna Diop. They look. Who was the sister that played Blackfire in Titans?
I can't think of her name to save my life right now.
Same.
But
I
she
can't
can do it.
But those 3.
I'm telling y'all, please just go look up your TD.
Oh,
as
Damari Lewis.
And I feel like I've seen her in something else.
Yep, she has actually been in. It took me a second. Queen of the Ring. She was also in.
I heard that was good. Actually, I heard that was good.
Black Klansman. See You Yesterday.
I have.
Fatale.
I've seen Black Klansman in what was the other one yesterday? Seen You Yesterday.
Yeah, See You Yesterday.
Yeah. That was the one where the uncle was trying to stop the murder of his niece. Was that was that one? Yeah.
I think so.
She was also in Limitless.
The show or the movie?
The movie.
Oh, okay. Okay. But yeah, your TD's the top list, Jodie Turner and Anna Diop. Anna Diop and Jodie Turner. It doesn't matter which one. But yeah. Those are the top 3.
Yeah.
Top 3. Please.
Of course, man would say if they don't bring back the Calvarine. That might have been that might be a one shot because Henry Cavill already said what he would love to play in the MCU, and that might take a while.
Who did he say? I can't remember.
Captain Britain.
It's so right there in their face. It's ridiculous.
He wants to play Captain Britain, but they haven't done the British version
build it
yet.
He hasn't done the build up yet. So
yeah.
God, it's right there though.
Mm-hmm.
It's right there.
Mel,
like bad time.
I need you to put your alcohol down.
Dang.
Not Leslie Jones. Not Leslie.
I love
Jones.
Leslie too, but
Leslie Jones.
No.
No. If I was gonna put Leslie Jones anywhere, she would be Barda in DC. She would be Big Barda in DC.
that is not an insult.
I could see
No, it's
that.
not. It's not.
It is not an
No,
insult.
I could see that.
And that's the one thing I want to point out for everybody gets on me. It's not if you know who Big Barda is in DC, it's not an insult.
No, that
See, here's my thing. If she plays Big Barda,
Mhm.
who would be Mr. Miracle? Because there's that they gotta have that chemistry. That's husband and wife. We gotta have that chemistry.
But what's Mr. Miracle?
I was gonna say Colin Jost, just as a
Everybody hates Chris. Everybody hates Chris.
Tyler, what's his name?
Tyler James Williams.
Yeah. Oh, he could play. Oh, him as Mr. Miracle would be pretty fire.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of wanted to see him as Mr. Terrific. Not gonna hold you. I think he could have done a Mr. Terrific really good.
I think he could have too. He could have.
Yeah. He could do it too.
Wait, but Leslie should also play
Come on.
Brandon Goodness.
Old girl is doing it now.
Oh hell no.
No, Viola Davis.
Amanda Waller.
Yes.
Amanda Waller.
I think she could have done a really good Amanda Waller.
This would have been a challenge for her to do nothing but a serious role, though. That would be interesting.
And Leslie has never been given a serious. I mean, as far as I know, she's never done a serious role.
No, she's never had a serious role. She's always been comedy.
Yeah, no, so I mean, that'd be perfect.
No, and you're right, lady. That's not a diss. That's a compliment. I could. I kind of want to see that.
Remember Ghostbusters?
No, Malika. No, Kevin Hart stay the hell away from the MCU or the DCU. No,
Kevin Hart. Much success to the brother, but please stay out of MCU and DC movies.
It's too short. Like, it's too short.
Unless you're gonna play Pug, I doubt it. Or Jeff,
and they already got that one because he was in, and that was Patton Oswalt doing the voice.
Or unless you're gonna play Jeff the Land Shark, I don't see it happening.
No, we can have him play Puck from Alpha Flight.
That's what I'm saying. Patton Oswalt has done that role. Yeah, in the Eternals.
I mean, I'm just saying.
No. That wasn't Puck. That was no,
somebody else.
You're right.
Mm-hmm. Come on now, sir.
Yeah. You're right. He would have been good as a Puck doing a voice though, but no. Okay.
Kevin Hart as Professor X.
See, you're gonna make me disown you. You're gonna make me disown you.
That wasn't me. That was all nerd entertainment.
Whoever said no, you conveyed that message. You are on grounds of being disowned.
Look, I had to make sure I was reading it right.
Wait, is he actually in Super Pets as Ace?
Yeah.
I was gonna say because if they do give Crypto a voice and they do bring in Ace, I was gonna jokingly say they can make him one of the animals.
Yeah.
Oh gosh,
streaky.
You gotta bring back the
But other stuff we got. Apparently, the new Hunger. Is the new Hunger Games book even out? Because how is it already being made?
No.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm saying
like this week.
It's being advertised on every. It's being advertised on every podcast. Sick this one. Throw us a check.
I was lost after Catching Fire. After Catching Fire, that's the extent of my Hunger Games knowledge. Like I didn't know they were going to Songbird and snakes and all that crap.
I'm not reading.
Well, they weren't supposed to.
A bunch of kids like die. They mostly white though. So
okay.
Okay.
So with that being said, it was funny. I was thinking about this earlier. People were talking about Hunger Games. You really want a challenge? Let's see what y'all can do with Battle Royale and make it dark. Make it dark. I'm talking about no comedic element, none of that. Take a psychological thriller, encompass it in this movie. If y'all have never seen Battle Royale, I promise you will never be the same. It is one of my favorite movies.
Isn't that dark already though?
Let's make it worse, okay?
Imagine if Quake and Snow Train had a baby. I'll put it that way. If you've never seen Battle Royale, which I think is the same movie, correct me if I'm wrong about this comparison, Navy. It's Quake and Train to Busan had a baby.
Without the zombies.
Okay. So I was
without the zombies.
Train to Busan had them zombies like break dancing back alive after like 2 bites. So.
And the best part is your parents have no idea that you're about to lose your kids.
That's still crazy because it had a little bit of saw in it too because all the kids had an explosive collar around their necks.
Yep, they were going. See, in Japan, the freshman classes have their summer trip. So, and you never know where they're going to go. So they pick a random freshman class. They gas them, put them on the island or wherever they are. They are miles away. There is no road because it's all on one big island. And then they give you all the instructions. And you will die if you don't do it. You're going to die anyway.
You break a rule, they pop your head. Yeah. Or actually, all of you.
Yes. So far, updates today. We have Hunger Games book is already being made a movie. Apparently, they're making a new American Psycho, John Wick 5, John Wick prequel anime.
Cool.
Let's see. Apparently, Now You See Me 3 and 4.
I still can't believe that.
Yep, stupid.
For who? For who?
A lot of these movies, who asked for these? Who sat there and said we need another magic movie that didn't make sense?
Whoever decided to make a sequel to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and Tarantino is not directing, but he said, "Y'all go ahead and do what you do."
Yeah.
Oh,
what?
For the record, I know Tafari seen the Snow White film, and he just said, "I'm good." However, my evil queen will always be Regina. If you know, you know. It was just
George?
They honestly, they would have made more money if they did a movie version of
Once Upon a Time.
Mm-hmm. It very much got to once we Naruto'd our way out of the ending, and I'm just like, y'all didn't have to give her this many speaking lines because I don't think the cartoon had this many speaking lines. And then y'all threw her one pity song, which y'all could have got somebody else to do that by all means. I keep hearing Wonder Woman and Kal-El no in everything she does, and I'm just like, it doesn't.
Listen.
Was she that bland? Was she that bland?
She not bland, but one note. And as somebody who hasn't seen the original, but I've played enough Kingdom Hearts, we very much do the third act. The third act is very much, hey, let's talk about why we're having these issues. Whereas I'm like, I don't know the original, but are we supposed to be like tossing this evil bitch off a cliff? Like, what are we doing right now?
Damn.
What you got, ma'am?
I was gonna say, like, once upon a time there was a comedian that was talking about how hot girls can get away with things. And it's just like, if a girl's gonna have like a terrible conversation with you about how intuitive her cat is, it's like you'll listen, but then there's a point where it doesn't matter how hot you are. I don't give a shit about your cat. I think the same thing with her and acting. Like, I get it. She's, conventionally attractive, and
so I heard.
It really was not until somebody made a supercut of all of her like dry line reads. I was like, oh wow, this is bad. And then I saw the clip of her singing in Snow White, and I'm like, what? Why?
Is it Amelia Perez singing bad?
Oh. That scene is as forced as that whole movie was, apparently.
Damn.
Listen.
Oh, that's a hard one.
I didn't see Amelia Perez, so that's all mayhem.
Jesus Christ.
Take it
I'm
to
not
the head.
going to war for Amelia Perez, but I will say the singing in Amelia Perez feels like drunk friends having just the time of their life at karaoke. Is it good? No. But are you having a good time? Maybe, if you're drunk.
Her singing a napkin bachelorette party.
Her singing is like, oh, no one's told you.
Okay. Like, nah, he is being funny. He's being funny. He's being funny, but he's not wrong. And
I was like,
and that was the home run shot of the night.
So Mayhem gives it the go ahead, sweet baby. Bless your heart.
Oh my gosh, I had to get up on that one, yo.
Because by the time the song comes in, you know what her character's about. It's very much evil queen does evil things. Just get to the ugly old lady in the apple already. And it's like, but first, this musical number we don't need. And it's just like it's not even why are you here? It's like, why are we doing this for so long? Why are we dragging out every scene? We get it. It's just every scene of you is the bitch dead yet? No. Go back to Snow White. Is she dead yet? Cool. Let's sing about it. Why? And then at the end, when it's just like all the village people are like, hey, we don't like. I'm like, we're doing diplomacy? That's not. Since when does this work? Since when?
That lets me know that watching Wicked was a smarter choice.
I finally watched it.
Why is that even up for a thought? That's
wait. Mayhem, what do you have?
No, like, you know how pictures be looking cool and smooth and whatever, and then you like take another second and you're like, oh, this is AI, and then something in your brain is like, this is soulless. Like, this doesn't have life. That's her singing. Like, it was the same as her dry ass line reads. Like, technically, you are hitting the notes, but I am not connecting with this whatsoever. Like, you are a reference track singer. They forgot to put the real singing in. They left the reference tracks and made the movie.
Could your assessment be summed up as she sings the way she speaks?
Absolutely.
Yes.
I was going to sit there and say, did it need Pro Tools, or they just need to just go ahead and find a new singer?
No.
It needed Pro Tools. It needed Pro Tools, Kanye, T-Pain, and then Jay-Z to do the final mix.
Damn.
Along with some auto
Pro
tune.
Tools, Appleton,
Fruity Loops,
Logic,
Mustard
on the beat. They need to catch up to do the production, like everything.
You could have worked in a little Yin Yang Twins in there somewhere between them.
Oh my god.
No lyrics, just the beat.
Damn.
Listen, Tiffy Star Child said that.
T-Pain's everywhere.
Wholeheartedly believe that would have saved the movie.
No, Tiffy said that. I'm like, cool. So black
credits,
people. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying the ending credits after you've absorbed that trauma, and you just say, like, good. Like, this is a good movie now.
I would have taken the instrumental. Like I would. The fact that she made a video, I'm like, cool. So we're all on the same wavelength. And then again, I saw it early. So here come the whites a week later, assuming I'm gonna be mad for all their different problems. And I'm just like, y'all just assume I give a shit about anything y'all are mad about to even know, without even giving me context. Just like, of course you'd go see it. You don't know about the issues. I'm like, right, the shit that happened after I went to go see this. Even which I see everybody saying, yes, Magazine Dreams was good. Like, all that stuff happened after I was sent to a surprise screening, not knowing what I was going to watch. So,
Magazine Dreams, I saw it. That's in. You was right, Tafari. That's intense as shit.
Look, when
that stays with you, man.
When Hellspawn says, "Yeah, I've bodybuilded before. I've seen that stuff. I don't need to see it on screen." It's like, damn.
Yeah. I feel it's award worthy. He's definitely gonna get snubbed for like something. Probably
he's gonna be snubbed by the Oscars. The NAACP awards won't do that.
He'll get nominated and get snubbed for whatever the worst thing in the category is. It's that type of movie. What else is coming out? Apparently, they saw some early footage of
the Breakfast Club have an award show.
The Breakfast Club.
Sorry,
I heard.
The same Breakfast Club where they had to hold an HR meeting in front of the live studio audience, and then
if that wasn't
like America's Mom show up and say and pretty much get them together, like, you know what, later on.
In the words of Cat Williams, money will not change what is messed up about you. It just gives you more room and opportunity to do it because you don't run out of funding to do so. Okay, apparently they have footage of Dynamic Duo, and I think it. Please tell me this is a joke. They're saying it was using puppetry animation. It's supposed to be like the Robins and Nightwing film.
Yeah.
Like stop motion puppetry.
That's the tweet. Just says puppetry, and it was done beautifully. No one's giving any more context, and I feel like that's on purpose. So yeah, it'll be a Batman. It's a Batman.
If I'm thinking stop motion or anything of that nature, or anything like the Mutant Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, if it's anything like that, bring it.
So apparently Warner Brothers is working on a Flintstones, Tom and Jerry, and Looney Tunes movies. Yeah, we got Flintstones, Tom and Jerry, and Looney Tunes in the work, and all the comments are like, how nice of y'all to make movies for Ketchup Entertainment. So so 3 different tax write-offs. Got it. No one has any trust in Warner Brothers.
I'm about to say Ketchup just playing receiver right now.
At this point,
they have the net out at this point. They're just like, yeah, go ahead,
and
drop it.
What are the odds of them actually getting? I take that back. I don't want to say odds. what is the likelihood of them, or what's the maneuver to get Batgirl out? Because that's the next one, right? That's the home run.
All it takes is one mistake.
Money, and if the paperwork hasn't been signed in a way says this permanently cannot be revisited.
Right.
Crack the vault.
That's what they did with Coyote versus Acme. Right.
Well, it was getting
number.
It was getting ready to basically permanently see it. I know basically we were talking about it earlier. There's a tax write-off where it's like this is now basically scrapped and cannot legally be sold, and then there's a different one where it's not. Apparently, they didn't do it to where it can't permanently be touched. They're just being dicks and keeping it away. So here comes the little person.
Rich people pretending like the rules apply to them. Just do whatever. Shut up.
The rich people only. The rich people are scared of 3 letters.
You know, there's got to be at least one PA or somebody in that office just like, I'm gonna take this for myself. They crazy. Replace it with a blank.
If Ketchup gets a profit and Warner Brothers gets investigated, everyone wins. Because let's be honest.
And that all takes is a number. It just takes one number for someone to float it to Zaslav and Discovery and say, "This is how much we'll give you for what's in that vault." And as strapped for cash they are right now,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. How hard are you gonna be for the dollar, baby?
Yeah, I guarantee it's $1 billion. If it's $1 billion offer, I guarantee they'll take it.
All right, they got a few. They got a few death teasers for Final Destination. Apparently, we're getting one last Conjuring movie for the main line, is what it says. So spinoffs on incoming.
Yes.
So apparently.
Not the Jamaican Jesus.
I felt all of that.
That'll be the next Conjuring. It'll be the islands.
Down the rest.
How many more?
Comes back from the dead to tell these white people, leave me the fuck alone.
Well, honestly, I watched that. Which one was the one where they were in like Europe, where the old man was haunted?
You're talking about the husband and wife one.
Right?
The Lorraine and what's his name, Warren or something.
I think so. Yeah. So the Conjuring Last Rites follows the final case of the Warrens, making it the final film in the mainline franchise.
Oh, The Conjuring.
Right.
Yeah. So it's called The Conjuring Last Rites.
Yeah.
But once I got to I watched the one where they got ran out of their own house because I'm like, at this point, this isn't a ghost anymore. This is an unwanted roommate because he just. If you're not gonna do shit but wake up and scream every night, like nigga, pay a bill.
Is it just me, or is the Conjuring just letting you know that 2 people that are supposed to be paranormal detectives just really suck at their job?
I don't think they so much suck. They just the state finds them.
A lot of ghosts.
Yeah, they just kept bringing them back, and they just kept bringing pieces back to the house. I'm like, why would you do that?
Don't be wrong. Do half the ghosts in these movies all say the same thing? Get out.
It's the wife always.
You know what? The Conjuring movies are basically solo leveling for ghosts.
Yes. Yes.
The joke is you keep finding godless people to go in and find the escapees that God couldn't catch the first time.
Because there's no way on God's green earth.
It's like, God, please.
You're bringing cursed objects into your home with no kind of containing system. At least the Ghostbusters got it right. May not have been the perfect system, but they got it. They had a containment system. I'm not going to put a ugly doll behind a glass pane window case and say, this thing is clean. No, it's not.
Oh, yeah.
That every movie, they always run into something paranormal. I'm like, every ghost has said the same thing. It's like, leave. You entered where you're not wanted. Leave. You can save lives. Leave. It's not that freaking hard.
Saying, try it in the islands. One Black Conjuring. It's not going to be a horror movie. It'll be a fucking commercial. Like,
right.
They literally, who's it? Big Ja. Big Ja did something like that about a horror movie, and it was like he walks into the store and he turns around like, yeah, we're good, and turns around and walks right back out the door.
It's all fun and games until the demon hears lock them doors. We're doing offering and no one's leaving. Even the spirit. Even the spirit is like, all right, man, I'm just gonna go straight to hell. This is
what's in your wallet?
Not a damn thing. Not a damn thing. My inheritance is going to fuck this. I'm out.
Wow.
Yeah, apparently CinemaCon also got some crypto footage that's apparently really good, and that's it for updates right now.
Oh, I'm just wow.
Ricky Smiley is such a cute cheerleader, ain't he?
Man, and he ain't. I like. Look, don't get me wrong, Mr. Smiley. I respect you and all, but why do you let that man ass kiss his way?
Because that's his friend. That's his friend.
Wait, who did what? Who did what now?
Marvin Sapp came on to the Ricky Smiley Morning Show, and pretty much he explained that wasn't his church. Okay, that's fine.
That's what y'all do. Y'all always do it at churches that's not yours. That's as somebody.
Thank you. Someone else said it.
It was some like national church convention type thing.
It probably a Sunday school convention or an AYPU convention where all the branches of the church and the head honchos gather in one building, because that's when guest pastors pull that shit.
And then he said I might have not used the correct words. I might have been too assertive. I'm like, look,
bruh,
you lock the doors.
You told them to pull a joke. You told them to pull crazy.
Now I will say he didn't say lock the doors, but the intent was there, because many said, ushers, close the doors. In
which the intent at that point is how you get hit with the 1,500 kidnap charges.
Mm-hmm.
Every other pastor,
just the way you said it. It was just in what you were saying.
Y'all church people are weird. I'm gonna just say that.
Oh no, it gets crazier, because even though he told the congregation what they had to say, he turned around and looked at the pastor on the dais and said, "Y'all are off the hook." And you see him putting wads of cash back in their pockets.
Yes.
Hey, listen.
And I go to church, and my pastor doesn't even do that.
What are you gonna say, Tafari?
I was gonna say all the real pimping pastors are like, you need to just use the building fund grip. Just tell them you're gonna get new carpets and new doorknobs. They'll donate everything.
Or do a Creflo Dollar and say, I need a multi-million-dollar bus so I can get across the country and preach the word.
And the guest is coming with the grift, because the churches got technological now, because when it's time for offering and I'm at somebody else's church with other people's churches, and I swear to God, I try my best not to laugh out loud when they wheel the fucking Cash App machine from out the back room. I almost lose it every time.
That's where you find me in the back row. I'm like, well, damn, Jesus definitely does. Jesus loves Bank of America, don't he? No. It's the funniest thing I ever saw. And also, I'm mad at Roland Martin. Roland Martin and Ricky Smiley, y'all on my shit list, because y'all gave that man way too much fucking credit. But still, to see an ATM in a church and just sit there, and I just want to sit there and say, Jesus saves, but also you can also use credit. You can also use Cash App or Venmo.
That's like saying Jesus doesn't mind the change, but he likes the money, the kind that folds. I'm like, call him Baby Billy at this point. Just call him Baby Billy at this point.
Spartan, I'm on the same wavelength as you, because I have respect for Roland until he defended him, and I was like, bruh, isn't it funny? And I'm not gonna go off.
You gonna talk about the fact that black media doesn't get enough dollars, and yet you're not gonna talk about how the black church has been grifting people for decades?
Oh, you notice he did not. He came in defense of the of them damn fraternities.
I didn't realize I went dark.
Thou art frozen.
Hey man, I agree with everything. I agree with Eddie. I agree with Eddie Griffin.
It's funny because you're making a Florida Evans face while you froze.
You know what? I'm about to. That is going to become one of my favorite images now. I have officially turned you. You are officially one of my favorite images.
Eddie Griffin said that joint the best. All 70s pimps, when pimping became dead, they just moved on to pastors and preaching.
Stop.
Think about it's a church. It's a church for people that don't go outside anymore. The pimp is the pastor. The bottom chick is leading the choir. The deacon is just an MC or out of work DJ who can't let his old tunes go, but his records collecting dust.
Oh man.
Now I've seen some real pastors. Sir Roll, 92 years strong. God bless. I have seen you put like thugs on display with my own eyes. That was a real God-fearing man.
Now they're out there. They're out there. I can honestly
I watched that man.
They're out there who actually are doing the good work. You know,
I've watched that man preach the word and walk down a whole police lineup. That man feared nothing but the Lord himself.
There are some good ones out there. I'm sorry when y'all said that. I was trying to get my camera back on, and I didn't mean to laugh so loud and kill people's eardrums. But god dang, that was funny.
But no,
that's why I say sit down. I need to really sit down myself and watch Righteous Gemstones just because the clips alone have me in tears. Really Shout out to Walter Goggins is selling that show. I'm sorry.
Yeah, for a while. For a while, the young folks were safe in church, and then somebody taught the elders about a tap machine. So now when the iPad rolls out the back, and it's just like, if you got Cash App or Venmo, bing! I'm just like, God. All right, you got me this time.
I used to mess with them. I used to sit there and say, and again, this is probably going to send me to hell on a first grade ticket. But
like we don't already have tickets.
I made it, God.
No. If you've done this and I did this, and this is the reason why some churches won't let me come in. When the collection plate comes around and you just see money just sitting right there, and as money is being put in, I just took 2 20s out and stared at the usher. And he just looked at me, and I just looked at him, and I kept on taking 20s out. Then he finally took the collection plate away from me.
Oh my God!
This big nigga stealing.
The fact that he stood there and stared at you like he was going to have power over you.
No. Here's the messed up part. I was 12 when I did it, and I'm just still like, this big nigga stealing. Like, y'all just giving money. This money going to nobody. And I'm just sitting there, just yoink.
Cat Yellow Ranger, pirate pastors plundering from the pool.
That does not sound like the movie you think it is.
I fully understand why Oscar Proud had the $100 bill with a fishing hook on it and then reeled it back in Proud family.
Pirate pastors profusely plundering pulpits.
Isn't that the other side of Dark Water?
Properly.
No, don't you bring that in. Don't you put that in here.
The other side of Dark Water.
Don't you blaspheme that show, sir. Okay, don't blaspheme that show.
We ain't doing that. That show was pure light.
Thank you.
We getting ready to shut down again.
hey, they already blacked me out once because I sat there and said I talked about their pimps. What am I worried about?
Oh my God! So no need for us to sign off. You guys know where it is. But what we'll do is screw it. We'll do the sign off. Lady Mandalore, talk to me.
Well, hello, good evening. You can find me and the lovely Navy You can find me and the lovely Navy Montel. Sorry.
Hi.
The lovely Navy Montel. On Roomful of Blurs on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, along with my marketing.
Your security is down.
On Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I have seen fit to get myself an Xbox, ladies and gentlemen. I will be playing South of Midnight.
Yes! Nice. Yes!
The bag, she is secured. We will be having fun. We will be... I'm going to be real black in that hoe. I'm going to just tell y'all right now, I do not care. I'm going to be like, wait a minute, this don't seem, wait a minute, that cornbread ain't the right consistency. I'm going to be in it. Not for real. Right along with Navy Montel. But you can find us 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be streaming whenever. Today. Make sure you hit the notification bell on my stuff because I be random. Sorry.
Nice.
Navy Montel, talk to the people.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, blurs of all ages, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. You know who I am, the Frosted Bearded Blur Corn here. So, y'all want to know what I'm doing? Well, first things first, I get to join the illustrious, intellectually stimulating, and amazing Lady Mandalore on Roomful of Blurs as we talk comics and all sorts of other shenanigans because we had a fantastic show this past Sunday with our folks at Midnight Comics from Tashi and Lloyd, and it was a blast. We did not want to stop talking, but people were just, anyway.
You get tired.
Yeah, that's true. That is very true. I will be in attendance this weekend at AwesomeCon. I'll be helping out my man Eric Suggs from Outway Alliance. so I'll be helping out with that booth. I just uploaded my latest YouTube video talking about BlurCon, my own little review. So please go check it out. Leave your comments. Let me know what you think. I'm working on another video now because some of y'all just need to be told about yourselves. But anyway, I will segue into this. Your dreams belong to you. They're not for sale. They're not for rent. They are not loaned to anyone. If you create something, it is yours. Do not let somebody bully you into giving them your creation, your baby. Because the minute you complain that you did it, you lost all account. So as far as I'm concerned, hold on to your shit. Tell them to fuck off. And all them basement virgins can kiss your ass. That's all I gotta say.
No talking.
And
Reverend said, "Close the doors."
Close the door.
The doors.
I hate you, man.
Talk to him, man.
This boy will be watching the Cinematic Assassin. You can find me on all platforms at Mayhem Media. That's MAYEHEM Media. I ain't doing too much, but trying to knock these pounds off. So if you want to follow me on that journey where I D-titty, please do.
No, you did
I'm also
not.
the push-up bra. I'm also the
actually did it.
BlurdsEyeview.org. I am the blog editor for MidnightComics.com. So I write silly things like the things you hear me express here. People like it. So check it out, read it. Outside of that, I'm a huge mental health advocate. I always say take 3 things with you. 1, your meds. 2, your PTO. 3, take a deep breath and let that shit go. And don't forget, tomorrow's not promised. So cause mayhem today.
No!
That's him, all right.
What the hell? All you hear is yay! Woo! Ah!
That's why I said it needs to be trademarked. That needs to be trademarked.
Facts.
All right. I'm trying. I gotta do this. I gotta do this without laughing. I've been laughing, coughing, and literally crying for like the last 5 minutes.
Where's the organ music?
Misa said, "Do your message." Misa said, "Do it now."
That's your message. I'm the one that gets the collection plate once the door closes. That didn't sound right. Black and the Sports Party 615 on the socials, where you can usually find me, guys. Shows are still the same. We are covering the drunk Hegseth, or Whiskey Leaks, as to be now known. Definitely covering that tomorrow at 7 p.m. Also, myself, Tafara, and Joe will be covering. There is a Nintendo Switch Direct tomorrow in other news, along with CinemaCon and everything else on Get Bit Friday at 8-ish. Podcast can be found where they're heard. Same time, guys, as the Reverend said. Pretty much. I just pass along. I just do the collection, but he does the message because, as you can see, he always has a sermon at the ready. I just lock the doors. But I just close the doors. That's all I do. You pass on or you pass to Jesus. One of the two. That being said, the convo is still the same, guys. Respect the cosplayer at all times. Cosplay is not consent. Please treat you like human beings. At the same time, guys, please wash your ass. I got kids now, which means if my kid gets sick, I get sick. If I find out you got my kid sick, I'm whooping your ass. And the last thing I have for myself is I have for everybody else in a world that is cold, and right now it is freaking frigid. Be nice, be kind, talk and share your fandoms. Don't be a dick, and we'll all be cool.
Turn to your neighbor.
I cannot.
Neighbor, go ahead and sign off for us, Tafara.
Tafara, it's all on you, man.
Well, come on, brother Tafara, give us a good word. Somebody in this audience tonight needs this good word. I need a good word from my brother Tafara right now.
I'm sorry. Under the Snow White review on Facebook, I got a comment from a white man who looks like he's one cough away from Jesus. So
the music is appropriate.
Yeah,
it could turn. It looks. He's looking like it could turn into a funeral at any moment. So yeah. I'm going. Convention.
I'm going up beyond
Stop. Let this man do his thing, y'all. Come on.
Truth is, I'm tired. Options are few. I'm all churched out. Hurt and abused. I'm gonna try to make something out of this footage for tomorrow. So clips on Monday.
OMG, that's all I got.
Yeah, clips on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Walk and talk streams are back. Cheated our entire way through the Ninja Turtles franchise because they want to play games with people on PlayStation Network. It's not cheating if you don't take it out the game. Wednesdays, because I know the girls will be doing South by Midnight, so I will let them get a head start on that. We will be doing Walking Dead the final season. Y'all know which people I'm saving first and only if that's the option. Everyone else had a head start. Fend for yourselves.
Oh damn!
Hey man, I've watched too many gameplays. They force that white woman on you every game, every time. Yeah. No, thank you. Every time. Never see what happens with the black dude. All the convention segments are out. That today was the final one. I may make another because y'all already starting to get on my nerves. Movie reviews. Snow White is out, and apparently people are upset for whatever reason. Sinners. I got an early invite to that, along with what is the movie? The Amateur with Lawrence Fishburne and the dude that's not Pete Davidson.
Rami Malek.
Rami Malek?
Yeah, the guy from the rock guy from Mr. Robot.
Hey man, look at both of them eyes.
I can't.
Look at both. Look at both.
Not describe this baby as not Pete Davidson. I can't.
He has an Academy Award.
And he
made something of himself.
And a man I thought was his brother for the longest. So he's
no. Nothing all look alike. Wait a minute. Too far are we?
The first person to really not see color.
It does not help that SNL made Pete play him for a sketch, and I thought he was promoting a movie. And I'm like, oh, it's not the same guy. So I have an early screening for that. Early screening of Sinners, which let's be honest, we're all going to go see it. It's coming out. Walking Dead, the final season. Storyboarding, another thing that should hopefully be out in 5 or 6 days. Dropped the new Kingdom Hearts video on my channel. If y'all want to see me terribly speak Japanese, go for that. Other than that, we'll see if Nintendo. Yes. This video was sponsored not by AI, but by Google Translate in many failed attempts. And yeah, we'll see if Nintendo gives me anything worth waking up for tomorrow.
Oh my God! Not Rami Malek, and he got mixed.
Hey, he is not Pete Davidson. Not Pete Davidson is not Rami Malek. That is.
But you never seen them both in the same room at the same time.
Lord bless it. Oh my God!
On the glory, we have Brother Chris.
Yo,
Fury.
Well, at least part of them, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you to the people who participated in the comment section. Thank you to those who are first timers and those who are who still return. I hope you were entertained. So tune in every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern, YouTube and Twitch. Tune in this Thursday. We're going to be covering some stuff that John Boyega had to say about the Star Wars universe. And
he was right.
He was right. Exactly. Also, we're going to be talking about Daredevil because why not?
I forgot.
Yeah, I didn't. I'm getting over here right now to go watch it. So until then,
another brother that needs scripture.
You can catch the clips Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and a little bit of other stuff in between. I do some voice work as well, and yeah, you can't miss us. So be sure to check us out on YouTube. Be sure to check us out on Twitch. You can also check us out on APR TV. That's always press record through Roku devices and Amazon Fire devices. Sign up for Blurred Station. We just got with Studio Moyo as a new strategic partner.
Girl.
So now we can tell more Black stories
Woo.
in animation and do more. They have an amazing team over there. We can't wait to do more work with them. You still have a chance to sign up with Blur Station. We are the new Black Hollywood, and there are things coming down the pipe still. You don't want to miss out. So, with that being said, I am me. You are you. This is the crew. Remember to educate yourself and others, entertain yourself and others, and most of all, encourage yourself and others. I'm Chris Fury, and we will see you Thursday. We're out.
Bye.
You can unlock the doors.
Praise be.
Not praise be.
Get your coats off the hanger.